Have you ever wondered if you're more than just a human? What if I told you that there's a whole new version of you beyond what you see in the mirror? What if being human was only the first step in a bigger journey? Imagine breaking free from the limits of your body and mind, tapping into something higher, something more powerful. Can you picture a reality where your true self is much greater than you ever imagined? In this video, we're going to explore what happens when you evolve spiritually and mentally, going beyond the ordinary and discovering who you really are. It's a journey that changes everything: your identity, your purpose, and how you see the world around you. Before we dive into this mind-blowing transformation, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Not only will it keep you updated with more eye-opening content like this, but it also helps us create even more amazing videos just for you. Join the journey and let's explore together what lies beyond being just human. Ready? Let's get started. Redefining human identity is all about looking at yourself in a completely new way. Most of us think of being human as just having a body and a mind. We go about our daily lives, eat, sleep, work, and feel emotions. But what if that's only part of the story? What if there's more to us than we realize? When you start evolving spiritually and mentally, you begin to see that being human isn't just about physical things like your body or the thoughts in your head. Instead, you might start to understand that you are something much bigger, a soul or a higher consciousness that goes beyond what we can see or touch. Imagine your mind as a doorway. Most of the time you're focused on what's in front of the door, your everyday life, school, family, or hobbies. But when you grow spiritually, it's like opening that door and seeing a whole new world. In this new space, you realize that your true self isn't limited to your body or the labels society gives you. You are more than just a student, a friend, or a child. You are a soul on a journey experiencing life in a deeper, more meaningful way. As your consciousness grows, you start to understand things from a higher perspective. You don't just react to the world around you anymore. You observe it, learn from it, and grow. This challenges the traditional idea that being human is just about surviving or fitting into certain roles. Instead, being human is about expanding your awareness and living with a greater sense of purpose. In short, redefining human identity means realizing that you are more than just your physical body. You are part of something much bigger, a spiritual being with endless potential. The observer within refers to a powerful shift in how you see yourself. Most of the time we identify with our thoughts, emotions, and bodies. For example, when you're sad, you say, "I am sad," or when you're angry, you say, "I am angry." But what if you aren't actually those emotions or thoughts? What if you're simply watching them happen like an observer? Imagine this: you're watching a movie. The characters on the screen laugh, cry, fight, or love, but you're not any of those characters. You're just watching their story unfold. Similarly, in your own life, there's a part of you that watches your thoughts and emotions without getting attached to them. This is the observer part of you, a deeper awareness that stands back and sees everything you go through without being caught up in it. When you realize you are the observer of your experiences, your sense of self begins to change. You no longer define yourself only by what you think or feel. Instead of saying, "I am angry," you begin to understand, "I'm feeling anger, but that's not who I am." This awareness helps you manage emotions better and see life from a clearer, calmer perspective. This shift in perspective redefines your identity. You start to see yourself as something much deeper than just your body or mind. You become aware that your true self is the observer, a part of you that is peaceful, constant, and unaffected by the ups and downs of daily life. As the observer, you are free from being controlled by every thought or emotion that passes through your mind, and this gives you a sense of inner freedom and strength. In essence, discovering the observer within allows you to experience life in a more balanced and centered way. You gain control over how you react to situations and develop a deeper understanding of your true self. Tapping into higher awareness means expanding your understanding of life and the world beyond just what your five senses show you. As humans, we often rely on our physical senses, what we can see, hear, touch, taste, and smell, to understand our reality. But as you grow spiritually, you begin to tap into something deeper, a higher awareness that goes beyond the physical world. Think of it like this. Most people live in a small room with the curtains drawn. They only know what's inside the room and accept it as the full reality. However, as you evolve spiritually, it's like opening the curtains and seeing a vast, bright landscape outside. Suddenly you realize that life is so much bigger and more complex than you thought. This expanded awareness allows you to perceive life in a multidimensional way, meaning you can see beyond the surface of things and understand deeper truths about yourself and the universe. With higher awareness, you no longer see life as just a series of random events or struggles. Instead, you start to sense connections and patterns, realizing that everything is part of a bigger picture. For example, challenges in life no longer seem like obstacles, but opportunities for growth and learning. You begin to understand that your thoughts, emotions, and actions all affect your reality on a deeper level, shaping not just your experiences, but also your soul's journey. Tapping into higher awareness helps you break free from human limitations. You stop feeling restricted by fear, doubt, or uncertainty. Instead, you start trusting in a greater force, whether you call it the universe, God, or your higher self. This trust allows you to live with more freedom, purpose, and peace as you no longer feel stuck in the small room of your mind. In short, tapping into higher awareness opens up a new way of living where you feel connected to the bigger mysteries of life, and you realize that your potential goes far beyond the limits of the human body and mind. Connecting with your true essence is about discovering the real you, the core of your being that exists beyond all the layers of labels, expectations, and roles that society places on you. Throughout life, we often shape our identities based on what others expect of us, whether it's our family, friends, or society as a whole. We may say, I am a student, I am a brother, or I am an athlete. But these are all just labels. They don't define the real you. Your true essence is the part of you that remains unchanged no matter what happens in life. It's the part of you that isn't affected by your ego, your need to prove something, your fears, or the desire for approval from others. When you start connecting with this deeper self, you begin to see who you really are without all the external pressures. You find that you're much more than your achievements, failures, or even your personality traits. To connect with your true essence, you need to turn inward and let go of what society tells you to be. This might mean spending time in reflection, meditation, or just being still and listening to your inner thoughts. In these quiet moments, you can start peeling back the layers of false identities and tune in to your real self, the part of you that is calm, peaceful, and free from the need to fit into a box. When you live from this authentic place, you no longer feel the constant pressure to meet everyone's expectations. You stop acting based on what others think is right and start living in alignment with your own truth. You become more at peace with yourself, making decisions that reflect your true desires and values, not what you think others want from you. In essence, connecting with your true self leads to a life of authenticity, where you live with clarity, confidence, and a deep sense of purpose. You begin to embrace who you truly are, and this connection brings inner peace and freedom from the need to impress or conform to societal standards. Inner strength and transformation is about realizing that you are much more powerful than you've been led to believe. Many of us go through life feeling limited by fear, self-doubt, or the belief that we're not strong enough to handle life's challenges. We think we're bound by these human weaknesses, trapped by our insecurities and controlled by outside forces. But the truth is, once you accept that these limitations don't define you, a profound transformation begins. When you realize you're no longer bound by human fears, you tap into a deep source of strength that comes from within. This strength isn't about physical power or trying to be tough on the outside. It's about an inner resilience that comes from understanding who you truly are beyond your fears and doubts. Imagine carrying a heavy load all your life, thinking that you have to struggle with it forever. Then one day, you discover that you can simply set it down. This is what it feels like to release yourself from fear. You stop letting fear control your thoughts and actions, and you become free to live life on your own terms. This inner transformation reshapes your life in many ways. First, it gives you the courage to take risks and try new things. Without fear holding you back, you start to see challenges as opportunities for growth rather than obstacles. You're no longer afraid of failure because you understand that every experience teaches you something valuable. This shift in mindset allows you to pursue your dreams with confidence and passion. Secondly, your relationships improve. When you're no longer burdened by insecurity, you can connect with others more deeply and authentically. You're not trying to prove yourself or seek approval. Instead, you bring your true self into your interactions, which leads to more meaningful connections. Finally, this inner strength allows you to navigate difficult times with grace. Life will always have its ups and downs, but when you're rooted in your inner strength, you can face challenges without being overwhelmed. You realize that tough times don't define you. They're just temporary situations that you have the power to overcome. In conclusion, inner strength and transformation occur when you let go of the belief that you are limited by fear or weakness. By tapping into your true inner power, you reshape your life, gaining the confidence, resilience, and freedom to live with purpose and authenticity. This transformation brings lasting peace and empowers you to handle anything life throws your way. Breaking physical limitations through spiritual evolution is like discovering that the world is far bigger than what you can see, touch, or measure. We are often taught that our physical bodies and the material world around us define our reality. We experience life through our senses, and because of that, it's easy to believe that the limits of our physical form, like our strength, health, or even time, are the limits of our existence. But spiritual growth teaches us that there's much more to life than just the physical. When you evolve spiritually, you begin to realize that your true self is not confined to your body. Your body is like a vessel, but your soul or consciousness is vast and boundless. This realization allows you to break free from the idea that you are limited by your physical form. Think of it as understanding that the sky isn't the limit. Rather, your spirit can reach beyond what your body can do. As your awareness expands, you start to perceive reality in a broader, more profound way. You no longer feel restricted by the usual human boundaries like time, space, or even aging. You might experience this through deep meditation, heightened intuition, or moments of clarity where you feel connected to everything around you. These are glimpses of a reality that is not tied down by physical limitations. This expanded awareness changes how you live your life. For example, where you once felt limited by fear, doubt, or even physical pain, you start to see these things as temporary. You understand that your essence, the real you, is eternal and cannot be harmed by these passing experiences. You might find yourself developing more patience, kindness, and resilience because you know that your existence goes far beyond the here and now. By breaking through these physical limitations, you also open yourself to greater possibilities. You might become more creative, more in tune with the energies of the universe, and more capable of manifesting your desires. When you stop seeing yourself as only a physical being, you realize that you are part of something much bigger, something limitless. This realization allows you to live with a sense of freedom, knowing that you are not bound by the material world. In short, breaking physical limitations through spiritual evolution means realizing that your body is not the boundary of your existence. You are capable of much more than you ever thought possible, and by connecting to your higher self, you experience life in a more expansive and limitless way. Evolving beyond perception means shifting the way you see and understand the world. Normally, we experience life through the lens of the human mind, which is shaped by our thoughts, emotions, and senses. However, as you evolve spiritually, your perception goes beyond these everyday limits, allowing you to access deeper truths and a broader reality. The human mind filters everything through past experiences, beliefs, and societal norms. For example, if someone has always been told that they must follow a certain path in life, like getting a particular job or achieving specific goals, they might view the world in a very narrow way. They might feel like success or happiness is only possible if they meet those expectations. But when you evolve spiritually, you begin to see that these beliefs are just constructs of the mind, not ultimate truths. You realize that there are infinite possibilities beyond what you've been taught or experienced so far. This change in perception happens because you start to connect with a deeper part of yourself, your higher consciousness. As you transcend the human mind, you become less attached to material things, fears, and limitations. Your mind quiets, and you start to experience a greater sense of awareness. It's like putting on a new pair of glasses that lets you see the world more clearly. What once seemed important, like stressing over small problems or chasing after external success, becomes less meaningful. Instead, you begin to understand that true fulfillment comes from within, from connecting to something greater than your mind or ego. As your perception evolves, you start to experience reality in a more holistic way. You might feel more connected to nature, other people, and the universe itself. You begin to sense that everything is interconnected and that life is not just about survival or success, but about growth, love, and understanding. You also develop a greater sense of compassion and empathy because you no longer see yourself as separate from others. You realize that everyone is on their own journey of evolution, just like you. In essence, evolving beyond perception allows you to break free from the limitations of the human mind and tap into deeper truths about yourself and the universe. It opens up a broader sense of reality where you experience life with more clarity, peace, and purpose. This shift not only changes how you see the world, but also how you live in it, bringing a greater sense of freedom and connection. Embracing the new reality is about accepting the profound transformation that occurs when you step beyond the traditional definitions of what it means to be human. As you evolve spiritually, mentally, and emotionally, you begin to experience a shift in your identity, purpose, and perception of the world. This new reality is not just a different way of thinking, it's a complete change in how you view yourself and your place in the universe. In the human experience, we are often defined by external factors, our jobs, our roles in society, our achievements, and even our failures. These labels shape our identity and how we see ourselves. But as you step into this new reality, you begin to realize that these definitions are limited and no longer apply to your evolving self. You start to understand that your true identity is not tied to external factors. Instead, it is connected to your soul, which is far more expansive, timeless, and unbound by human limitations. When you embrace this new sense of identity, your purpose also changes. You move away from goals that are driven by ego, such as seeking success, recognition, or approval, and begin to focus on deeper, more meaningful pursuits. Your purpose becomes aligned with your true self, which may involve helping others, connecting with your higher consciousness, or simply living in a way that brings peace and fulfillment. You no longer feel the pressure to live up to societal standards because you recognize that your purpose goes beyond those constraints. You are free to explore what truly matters to you and live in harmony with your authentic self. Perception also shifts dramatically as you embrace this new state of being, where once you might have seen the world as separate, fragmented, or even competitive, you now perceive it as interconnected and whole. You begin to see life from a higher, more expansive viewpoint, where you are part of a larger cosmic flow. This shift allows you to experience reality with more clarity, empathy, and understanding. You no longer get caught up in trivial matters or the chaos of the material world, as you are rooted in a deeper sense of peace and unity. In summary, embracing the new reality means accepting the changes that come with spiritual evolution. Your identity, purpose, and perception all transform as you step into a state of being where human limitations no longer define you. Your true soul emerges, guiding you toward a life of authenticity, freedom, and connection with the universe. Awakening to infinite potential is about realizing that you are more than just a physical being living in the material world. As you grow spiritually, you start to see that there are no limits to what you can achieve, feel, or understand. This happens when you begin to break free from the idea that your body and mind are all there is. Instead, you discover that your true self is connected to something much bigger, a higher source of energy, creativity, and wisdom. When we focus only on our physical selves, we often feel restricted by the challenges of daily life. We face fears, doubts, and worries that can make us feel small or stuck. We might think, "This is all I can do," or "These are the limits of my abilities." However, as you embark on a journey of spiritual growth, your perspective shifts. You start to understand that your physical body is just one part of who you are. There is a vast, infinite potential within you that is waiting to be unlocked. This process begins when you tap into your inner self. Your inner self is the part of you that is not limited by physical boundaries or societal expectations. It is connected to a higher source, often referred to as the universe, divine energy, or higher consciousness. As you deepen your spiritual understanding, you start to feel this connection more strongly. You realize that you are part of something much bigger than yourself, and this realization opens up a world of infinite possibilities. One of the most amazing things that happen during this awakening is the discovery of limitless energy. You may start to feel more alive, vibrant, and in tune with the world around you. This energy is not just physical, but also emotional and spiritual. It fuels your creativity, helps you think in new and exciting ways, and gives you the strength to overcome obstacles that once seemed impossible. When you tap into this energy, you stop feeling tired or overwhelmed by life's challenges, and instead, you feel empowered and capable of achieving great things. Another key aspect of this awakening is accessing a deeper well of wisdom. This wisdom does not come from books or external sources, but from within yourself. You begin to see life from a higher perspective, understanding the deeper truths that go beyond the surface level. You become more intuitive, able to sense what is right for you and what paths to take. You trust yourself more and rely less on the opinions of others because you are connected to a higher source of knowledge. Creativity also flourishes during this process. As you break free from limiting beliefs and old ways of thinking, you find that your mind is more open and inspired. Ideas flow effortlessly, and you are able to think outside the box, coming up with solutions and creations that are innovative and original. This is because you are no longer confined by the boundaries of the physical world or your past experiences. Instead, you are tapping into a limitless source of creativity that flows through you from the higher consciousness. In conclusion, awakening to infinite potential is about realizing that you are much more than your physical self. As you evolve spiritually, you connect with a higher source that unlocks boundless energy, wisdom, and creativity. This transformation allows you to see that your potential is truly infinite, and you can achieve far more than you ever thought possible when you tap into your true self. Rewriting the rules of existence is about transforming your life by transcending the limitations that often come with being human. As we live in the world, we are taught to follow certain rules about what is possible, what is expected of us, and how we should live. These rules are shaped by fear, doubt, and the expectations of society. But as you evolve spiritually and break free from these limitations, you begin to understand that these rules are not set in stone. In fact, you have the power to rewrite them and create your own reality. One of the biggest barriers to living a fulfilled life is fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, or even fear of the unknown can hold us back from pursuing our dreams or stepping into our true potential. Doubts also play a major role. We often doubt our abilities, thinking we are not good enough, strong enough, or worthy enough to achieve what we really want. And then there are societal expectations, the pressure to conform to certain standards, to fit into specific roles, or to live up to others' ideas of success. All of these factors combine to create limitations that can feel like invisible chains, keeping us from reaching our true potential. However, once you start transcending these human limitations through spiritual growth, everything begins to change. You realize that fear and doubt are just mental constructs, not truths. They only have power over you if you let them. By tapping into your higher consciousness, the part of you that is connected to a greater, universal energy, you begin to see life from a different perspective. You understand that you have the power to shape your own destiny, and that the only limits are the ones you set for yourself. This shift in perspective allows you to rewrite the rules of your existence. No longer bound by the expectations of others, you gain the freedom to create a life that is true to who you really are. You start making decisions based on what feels right for you, not what society tells you is right. You begin to trust your intuition more, follow your passions, and pursue your dreams with confidence. As you align more with your higher consciousness, the impossible begins to feel possible. You realize that many of the barriers you once saw as unbreakable are actually illusions. The things you once thought were beyond your reach, whether they be personal goals, career ambitions, or spiritual growth, become attainable when you break free from limiting beliefs. This is because your higher consciousness operates on a different level, one that is not restricted by the same fears and doubts that often hold us back. Moreover, when you rewrite the rules of your existence, you are no longer a passive participant in life. You become an active creator of your reality. You begin to manifest the things you desire by setting clear intentions and aligning your actions with your true purpose. This process of manifestation becomes easier as you let go of fear and doubt and embrace the infinite potential within you. Rewriting the rules of existence is about breaking free from the limitations of fear, doubt, and societal expectations. As you transcend these barriers and connect with your higher consciousness, you gain the power to shape your destiny and create a life that is aligned with your true self. In this state, what once seemed impossible becomes possible, and you are free to live a life of limitless potential. The concept of "you are no longer a human" challenges us to rethink what it means to be human and invites us to embrace a deeper, more expansive understanding of our true selves. As we evolve spiritually and mentally, we transcend the limitations of our physical bodies, fears, and societal expectations. This journey leads to profound personal transformation, allowing us to tap into infinite energy, wisdom, and creativity, and to connect with a higher consciousness. By awakening to our limitless potential, we break through the boundaries that once confined us, gaining the ability to shape our own reality and rewrite the rules of existence. No longer bound by human limitations, we step into a state of being where the impossible becomes possible and our true soul emerges. This new reality offers a life of purpose, authenticity, and boundless possibilities as we align with the essence of who we truly are. In "You Are No Longer a Human," the journey beyond the physical and mental limits of human existence takes center stage. As you evolve spiritually, you begin to realize that your identity is not confined to the material world. You awaken to the profound truth that your true essence is connected to a higher source of energy, creativity, and consciousness. This transformative process allows you to move beyond conventional definitions of being human and step into a reality that is boundless and full of potential. Through spiritual evolution, you discover that the fears, doubts, and societal pressures that once limited you are no longer relevant. You begin to see life from a broader, multidimensional perspective where human weaknesses no longer define you. This shift empowers you to connect with your authentic self, free from ego and external expectations. In this state, you access deeper wisdom and creativity, tapping into the limitless potential within you. As you break free from physical and mental boundaries, you gain the power to rewrite the rules of your existence. You realize that you are not a passive observer of life, but an active creator of your reality. The limitations that once held you back fade away, allowing you to manifest your true desires and live a life aligned with your higher consciousness. Ultimately, "You Are No Longer a Human" is an invitation to embrace your full potential and experience life in a more expansive, limitless way. It challenges you to move beyond traditional human limitations and step into a new reality where your true essence emerges. This is a journey of transformation, empowerment, and awakening to the infinite possibilities that lie within you.